friends, welcome back to Study with Manjula, and I am your friend Manjula Sri here with the Introduction to Chemistry Part 4. In Part 1, 2 and 3 we have learned about the science, about the chemistry branch of the science, about alchemy and as well as some of the importance of chemistry. Okay, so in the Part 3 we have learned importance of chemistry till medicines. Whatever we have learned is for agriculture, how it's used, and preservatives and medicines, cleaning agents we have learned. After medicines, we are going to continue with cosmetics. Okay, so the first one is cosmetics. In cosmetics, what all comes are talcum powder. Talcum powder is the face powder which you use, and even for small kids, kids will be there Johnson baby powder. Okay, next comes skincare creams. Skincare creams like many are there skincare creams. And next comes the makeup ones like lipstick, eyelashes, eyebrows ones, etc. Many are there. Next comes deodorants. Deodorants are perfumes, scents. For smelling purpose we use. Next comes the lotion. Lotions are the creams. Even there is a difference between creams and lotions. Okay, in lotions we'll use moisturizer. Okay, next comes the soaps. You may get a doubt. See, in cleaning agents we have learned about the detergents, washing soaps, etc. But why this soaps is written here? This soap is used for ourselves. See, cosmetics are used for our external parts of our body like skin, eyes, lips, mouth, not mouth, it's interior ones, next ears and etc. we'll use. So these soaps are used for body ourselves, living beings use. Okay, next comes the clothings. In clothes, not clothings, in clothes there are two types. One is fiber and synthetic. In fiber, there are four types. One is cotton, silk, wool, jute. There are four types. Cotton we'll use for cotton clothes. Now I have wore a cotton t-shirt. And silk. Silk we'll use for dress material and even for sarees. And next comes the wool. Wool we'll use in winter season for warmth, like sweaters we'll use. Next comes the jute. With jute we'll make ropes and as well as bags. Jute bags we'll use. Next comes synthetic. Okay, in clothes there are two types. One is fiber and synthetic. In fiber we have learned these. In synthetic there are two types. One is nylon and terylene. Nylon we know. Terylene is a type of nylon. Okay. Okay, now let us come to the building material. In building material, we can find cement, sand, mortar, glass, steel, paints and varnishes. Cement and sand, we know. Mortar. Now what is mortar? Mixture of cement, sand and water. If we mix them, it will be like a binding material for joining the bricks or any material or any pipes. For fixing them we'll use cement, sand and water will mix. That's known as mortar. Glass we know. Glass we'll use for cupboards or even outside the buildings many nowadays they are using, and as well as in balcony they will keep. Next comes the steel. Steel is used for gates, for building gates or any for your house gates we will use. Next come the paints. Paints we know. Now what are these? Varnishes. Varnishes is a new word. Now varnishes are, suppose if you see wood like divan cot, if you see, or any polished doors in your house, there will be a shine, a polish you can see. So how they will make is, with the wood just they will give the design and they will keep, and this varnish is a type of mixture of resin, volatile liquids, etc. they will mix and they will paint it, but it will give a type of shine like a mirror you will find. Okay, So these are the vanishes. And chemistry is also used in transport system. In transport system, how it is used? In transport, what we can find? Airways, waterways and landways. In airways we can find aeroplane. And next comes waterways like ships, boats, etc. And even on the landways we can find many vehicles like cars, bikes and even cycles. Cycle doesn't come here. Just I will explain how. See, in transport, how it's useful as fuels. Now what are fuels? Petroleum material like petrol, diesel, kerosene and even cooking gas will use. These are the petroleum products also known as fuels. Okay. And next comes in communication devices. Now what are communication devices like telephone, smartphone, laptops, computers, etc. In chemistry, how they are used is we use the wire for connecting them, right? Now how that wire is made up of with copper and rubber. On the outside layer we can find rubber. So this all comes under chemistry. And even in recreation. Now what is recreation? Taking of rest, playing. It's known as recreation. Now in recreation, how it's used? See, if you are playing with a ball, how that ball is made? Yes or no? With a rubber. Now how this rubber had been extracted in a round shape. And even many, like if you will play a chair game, now how that chair had made with the plastic. So this all comes under the chemistry. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to learn about national defense. Now what is national defense? Like army. Okay. Like in army, in defense, how this chemistry used? Like gun power. In guns, we will use some of the bullets. In the bullets, now what is the bullet is? If the bullet touches any solid item, it will blast inside, and inside the bullet, whatever the chemicals are there, it will release. Okay, so that's a bullet. It's the gun power. Next comes the TNT. TNT is a bomb. Okay, the TNT full form I have written is trinitrotoluene. Trinitrotoluene. Okay, and next comes the chemical weapons. Many chemical weapons are there. As well as the gunpowder also comes under the chemical weapons, and even the atom bombs. Okay, next comes the laughing gas. You know laughing gas. That's a type of gas which makes you laugh. Okay, next in energy resources. Now what are energy resources? Like solar energy, hydro energy, that many wind energy, many energies are there. In that, how it is used as petroleum, fuel energy. Okay, and coal and wood. From the wood, coal is produced. You know what is coal? Coal is when we burn the wood, it will become black coal. Okay, you know what is a coal. So this coal in olden days we used to use in steam engine. You know what is a steam engine? Okay. Next comes the nuclear fuels. Nuclear fuels are like nuclear bombs, nothing but atom bombs. Okay. So these are the powers in energy. We'll use these. And even biogas we'll use, and wind energy from the windmills. It's also used with the electricity we'll use for electricity purpose, and as well as solar energy. From the sun we'll take the energy and we'll use as the current. So these are many energies we used in the chemistry. So the alchemists, we learned about alchemists. So these alchemists have changed chemistry into a useful human resources which is useful for the human standard. Okay. So now we have done with the importance of chemistry. If there is a good, there will be also bad. If there is positive, there will be also negative. So chemistry, how it was useful, we have learned. But there is a dark side, means not only importance, even the negative effects of the chemistry. Before going to that, I have said in energy powers, I have said about the coal, right? So about coal, I want to say a few points. coal is formed in two ways. One is while burning a wood, and as well as when in the forests, you know, fossil and fuels. There are two types. Fuels are from the petroleum. Like how this petroleum is formed in the sea. If there are any dead animals like fishes, whales, or other marine life, if they are dead, they will just go on the ground. They will be on the ground of the sea or the ocean, and whatever the flesh is there of the animals, that flesh will get melted and it will become like an oil, and it will be just on the sea layer. It will form just like a layer. That's the petroleum or oil, anything we'll say. But in the same way, the coal, how this coal is formed is, if there is a ground, on that ground there are many trees. If there is any disaster or any phenomena of nature, if the soil gets washed away, if the soil or the floods gets washed away by the soil erosion, these trees get go to the underground, and it just covers with soil. So after many days, after many years after, if we dig that soil, we can find coal. From where it was produced? From the fossil or the buried ones of the trees, okay, or wood, we can say. So this coal, if it remain many years, the pressure will increase and it will change into graphite. And if the graphite, again if the pressure is more, if many years again we left, then that graphite will change into diamonds. Okay, so this is the big history of our coal. Okay, now let us go to the dark side of the chemistry. There are many importance we have learned about the chemistry, but there is also a dark side, negative role of this chemistry. If there is a hero, there will be a villain. Okay, now this villain is with the chemistry. In the chemistry, how we can find is, I have said about atom bombs, right? Explosions. If we use these atom bombs at a place, it can affect many of the kilometers, many meters, many miles. It will just it will be smashed, it will damage everything. Atom bomb is a very powerful and very dangerous even, and there are many reactable chemicals which will affect us even. So this is the dark side of the chemistry, and there are many chemicals which are very dangerous, which we use in bombs, and even like drugs are there even, and even we use brown sugar, right? Brown sugar is a type of alcohol, okay? Alcohol, and even cocaine. So these are the types of the drugs even. It's dangerous drugs. In medicine, we have learned about drugs even, right? In that also we have learned about the drugs. Now what are those drugs? It's a good ones that is used only in a small dosage. But if that dosage becomes more, then it will leads to drug addiction. So this is also a dark side of the chemistry. And next, there is a small fact about human beings. Human beings themselves are like a chemical factory inside the body, right? Now how we can say a human being is a chemical factory itself? It's a chemical resource even, human being. Why? See, in our body, there are many enzymes, many chemicals are also formed in our body without our knowing. Like for example, we take food items like iron, it's a calcium food, like milk we'll eat, in that we can find calcium, right? So that calcium is also a chemical. And even iron, we can find in proteins more iron. Iron is not like any metal. Iron is just in minerals form we are finding. So that iron is used in our blood. So in blood we can find iron. And calcium we can find in our bones, in teeth. Okay. So without our knowing, even in our body there are also many chemicals. So a human body is itself a chemical factory inside. Okay. So with this, we have completed the introduction to chemistry full